All right, let's do this. Let's get through the rest of this, shall we? The Conservative Party of Canada recognizes Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Along with its ancient history as the seat of government, Jerusalem is also now where Israel's parliament, Supreme Court, and official residence of its president are located. As such, our party advocates locating the Canadian embassy in Jerusalem. You know, Jerusalem, Israel, the people that are bombing civilians in Gaza right now. The Trump administration has sided with Israel, and the Conservative Party wants to do the exact same thing. So there's a whole big section here about China. I'm going to let somebody else get into it. But basically, they are cracking down on China. They want to cease Chinese military cooperation, deny China's participation at sensitive Canadian research facilities, ban Chinese government-aligned entities' ownership in Canadian companies or sale, purchase of sensitive technologies, and advocate China's removal from the WTO until equitable economic reforms are implemented. If anybody is more educated than I am about the relationship between Canada and China, please chime in on this one. This is one of my favorites. Military reservists. When reservists are called to leave their homes and families to serve Canada, the least we can do is ensure that their civilian job is waiting for them when they return. Really? That's the least you can do for people fighting for your country? Well, but the Conservative Party of Canada believes that service personnel who are injured in the line of duty, who would otherwise be released, you know, as they should because they're injured in the line of duty, they should be retained and, if necessary, retrained by the Canadian Armed Forces until the end of their current contract or longer at the discretion of the chain of command. So basically, you go to war to defend our country and fight for the rights of our citizens, but when you get back, don't think you're retiring. You're going back to work, injured or not. They also speak about being an Indo-Pacific nation. Conservatives support Canada joining the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue, or Quad Group, for strategic military cooperation, as well as charting a path to membership in the new Elite Defense Pact, AUKUS. Again, I've done a little bit of reading on these things, but if you've got information to chime in on these, please do so. And the last point that I would actually like to ask for help with, it says that in their actual constitution, which is the Conservative Party constitution, which is a separate document. But one of their points is a belief that Canadian jurisdiction extends beyond the coastline to include the internationally recognized regions of the Territorial Sea, Exclusive Economic Zone, and the Continental Shelf. I need someone who is educated on those things to maybe speak a little bit. I know that this has something to do with the whole drill baby drill. They're talking about opening up waters to allow for drilling for oil or natural resources, and they want to basically get away with no environmental impact assessments whatsoever. Drill baby drill is not a thing. And I'm saying that based on Mr. Global. Thank you, Mr. Global, who knows everything about oil and gas. If you've never seen this guy speak, look for him on TikTok or YouTube. He can explain basically everything about how the oil and gas industry works in the United States as well as Canada and the rest of the world. He understands OPEC. He understands all of the fluctuations in oil and gas prices. He's an amazing person to listen to. So I suggest getting some opinions from him. But why is the government so concerned with now being able to do offshore drilling? It's like I said, drill baby drill, it's not a thing. Okay, so that's the parts of the policy that I felt concerned enough that I wanted to look at closer. If you've got any indication that I might be correct in some of my assumptions, or even if I might be incorrect in some of my assumptions, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you're someone educated in some of these treaties and acts that I mentioned, like I said, I'm just getting into this, so I'm still learning, I'm working on it. That if you've got input to add, that would be fantastic. My goal is to share correct information. Please do not come at me with propaganda and you know, things like that. I want truthful, factual information that you can back up, that you can find information online. Everything that I read to you is factual information. It's right here in the Canadian Conservative Party policy declaration. None of it is a lie. It's all here. Go online and read it for yourself. As the days go by and I speak to people about some of the different policies that are in there, I will keep you updated on what I've come up with. Like I said, I'm not perfect at everything and I don't know everything, but these are some of the things that need to be discussed. So when I get to talk to my friend about the Safe Treaties Act between Canada and the United States, I will definitely update you with some more information. So thanks all for listening. Please contribute. Please get involved. Please learn about the Conservative government, learn about what they stand for, because if you're truly going to vote for them, that's fine, but you need to know what they stand for. Don't just go by, oh, the Liberals have screwed us over, therefore you need to vote Conservative. No, if you're going to vote Conservative based on what they're going to do for you and what they're not going to take away from you. Okay? I want to say a couple things. Minimum wage. Conservatives voted no on an increase to minimum wage. Conservatives voted no on first home savings accounts. They voted no on $10 a day childcare. They voted no on children's food programs in schools. They voted no for the child tax benefit. They voted no for dental care for kids. They voted no for COVID relief. They voted no for middle class tax cuts. They voted no for OAS supplements, guaranteed income supplements. They want to ban abortions. Housing initiatives, they voted no in 2006, 2009, 2010, 2013, 14, 18, and 19. They voted no for housing initiatives. They raised the retirement age to 67. Thankfully, the Liberals brought it back down to 65. They wanted to slash OAS and CPP. They encourage scab workers. They refused to give aid to Ukraine. And if some of you actually understand global politics, soft influence on the planet is excellent for Canadian economies. We need to provide assistance to other countries to show that we care about others who have less than we do. And that builds our relationship with those countries. So when it comes to trade deals and other things, it allows us to encourage things like free trade with those countries because we've supported them in their initiatives to help people that have less than we do. So I believe that absolutely aid for Ukraine or for children in Africa who are starving or vaccines for kids for malaria, all of these things that the government participates in is all called soft influence. And we 100% need soft influence in this world right now, especially since the United States has pulled out. They have pulled all of their funding for other countries. So we have the opportunity to step in and be that country that stands up for others. So if you are planning on voting Conservative, what I need you to do is stop for a minute. Stop looking at the propaganda. Stop looking at the Canada is broken. Trudeau screwed up everything. We are doing so horribly. This economy is terrible. Did some stuff happen in the past 9 years that people aren't happy with? Absolutely. If it hadn't, this is the exact reason why we have the Conservative Party in power. This is the exact reason why they are propagating the same talking points as the United States. Canada's broken. Poilievre's your only savior. He's the only one that can fix it. This is the same propaganda that's been used in the US, and it's the same propaganda that's been used in the mustache man's Germany. It's the same propaganda that's being used in Russia right now. And if you are falling for that, you need to stop for a minute and just take a look. Look up the policies that they want to enact and determine how that affects you and your fellow Canadians. Look carefully. And to anybody that can help me out with some of this information, I truly appreciate it. Elbows up, Canada. We need to figure out what is going on with this party.